Lisa Mason Ziegler dropping in here. And I'm just wondering, are you wondering where to sell cut flowers? And that is the question that I'm going to be addressing this next coming week with 5 live masterclasses, y'all. And I am inviting you to sign up. They're free, they're live, and we are going to go through over 14 different sales channels of potentials for you, the pros, the cons, what it might take, and you know me, my 2 cents worth on the ups and downs of each one. And so you can actually just comment here in the comments, Sales 101, and we'll DM you the link to sign up, or you can always find it over at my website, thegardenersworkshop.com. And, you know, friends, when I learned about flower farming 28 years ago, it seized me. I mean, I knew that I had found my dream. I was like a beginning gardener. I was falling in love with it. And then I was already thinking, how can I stay home? Went down this flower farming journey. But the number one thing the first roadblock is selling the flowers, right? Who do you sell to? How do you prepare for all that? What I know now, 28 years later, looking back over the years, is that when you know where you're going to sell your flowers, I don't mean exactly maybe the person, but the market, one of those 14 different sales channels, when you know what your goal is, it makes the everyday life of becoming a flower farmer so different, because you might not realize it, but when you don't have that information, when you don't have that lined up in your mind, you're carrying it right here on your shoulder and in the back of your neck. You think I'm kidding? I know firsthand, friends. When you don't know, I mean, how many people, I mean, look at you can have all these beautiful flowers, and we can think all we want that they're going to sell themselves. They might sell themselves once. They maybe might sell themselves twice. But after that, you have to sell them. And I find that perhaps one of the most terrifying parts of launching a flower farming business for people in their minds is selling the stuff. It's the sales. And I want to tell you, that does not have to be terrifying. When you start at the beginning, which is before you grow a bunch of flowers, you have to know where you're going to sell them. And so these 5 free live masterclasses that I'm going to be doing, I think the first one's on Tuesday. You think I'd have written that down before I came on here, y'all, but literally I have to go pick up a kid in not long. And I just thought I'm going to come on here and remind everybody that you need to sign up for this free live masterclass. Now, when you sign up, there's 5 times. I think the first one's on Tuesdays, and there's all different times. We're really trying to make it convenient for people to show up live, because let me tell you something. So you get you're going to get stuff. So when you sign up for the webinar, you're going to get a worksheet that you should print out, and we're going to go through that and fill it out during the live class. But friends, if you show up live to the masterclass, we are going to be sharing with you probably, I think they told me it's like an hour or so after the class is over, you're going to get in your email box the complete detailed PDF of my members only private flower market. That was a big part of my business for all these years. And we're going to talk about that. That's like the 15th sales channel. So that's not even included in the 14 that we're going to go through during the actual masterclass. So sign up, comment Sales 101. If you're watching this over on a different platform, all you have to do is go to thegardenersworkshop.com. It's at the top of every page. Sign up, and then when you get the email, be sure you print out the worksheet and have that and bring it with you when you do the webinar masterclass, y'all. I'm so confused. Can you tell? It's masterclass, and it's live. And at the end of the masterclass, We're going to be doing a Q&A, and friends, you just don't want to miss it. And so I wrote down some things that I wanted to actually tell you. So we're going to go through each one of the sales channels. And I'll tell you another thing I'm going to be addressing in the masterclass. Are there too many flower farmers? Don't even say that, friends. Show up and learn the facts, okay? So sign up, join me. I want to put your nerves to bed. Let's get rid of that. Let's figure out where you can sell your flowers from your garden and farm. And then you can get down to the business of growing the flowers, because that's what I find. So many of us, I mean, how many times have we been people reaching out to us and it's like, I've got all these buckets of flowers and I have nowhere to sell them. I mean, that might sound crazy to you, but you can't even imagine how much that happens. That's why taking the first step, figuring out where you're going to sell your flowers, which is really going to guide you in what, not necessarily exactly what you're going to grow, but how you're going to grow all that and the volume. And it affects everything. It gives you a goal. I mean, how many road trips have you gone on where you didn't know, you didn't have an end destination? How in the heck do you know how to mosey along? You don't. And that's exactly what happens to so many flower farmers. And friends, I'm here to tell you, we need more professional cut flower growers, better known as flower farmers. So Sales 101, if you comment here, I'll DM you the link to actually join me, because knowing where you're going to sell your flowers, I mean, it changes everything. For instance, you know, I'm going to help you pick out markets and why you need to have more than one. And when I say market, I don't mean a farmer's market. I mean the market you're selling in. It affects what you do every single day in your business. It can eliminate so much day-to-day frustration and tasks and chores by targeting the right markets for your actual flowers. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this masterclass. So y'all, I'm beating the bushes. I don't want anybody to miss this opportunity if they need help. If you are a beginner, this is really for you. If you've been selling or growing for a year, but you're struggling in selling, or 2 years or 3 years, this masterclass is for you. Or maybe you're a seasoned flower farmer, or maybe, this is what we hear a lot from, is seasoned vegetable growers that are bringing flowers on board. And it's different, right? It's really, really different. And so we're going to be taking a look at 14 different sales channels. I am inviting you to join me in one of the 5 live masterclasses. Sign up when you get the email, print out the worksheet, invite a friend. There's actually a link at the bottom of the page that your confirmation's on, where you can actually send it to a friend and say, hey, I signed up. I would so appreciate you doing that. This really can be the turning point for so many people, y'all. I understand the frustration and the overwhelm. Farming is not easy, but to actually battle through growing flowers and then to not sell them is like insult to injury. And we know that is a huge struggle for a lot of people. And as I mentioned earlier, you can get lucky once, you can get lucky twice, but that doesn't last very long. You actually have to find some sales channels. And friends, I'll talk about my mindset of how you're going to change the way you think about sales. It's not going to be a scary thing. You do have to be a salesperson, but not the salesperson that you are thinking that you need to be. It is just so much simpler and straightforward than that. And that's what we'll talk about in the master class, is finding what markets might be available to you, the pros and cons, the ups and downs in those, and those that resonate with you for where you are now. That's the thing that I find is also, I often hear people say, when I get X, Y, Z, I'm going to do it that way. I'm talking about, friends, firing from where you're standing now, not having to invest a bunch of money, not having to do a bunch of different stuff, finding what fits your farm now with what you have, and selling some flowers. That's what it's all about. And so I'm hoping you're going to join me. So sign up. There's 5 master classes. It's called Where to Sell Cut Flowers, finding the right markets for your flower farm. And sign up. It's free. And the bonus for showing up is, friends, you are going to get 2 separate PDFs about my members only market. I am sharing the sales, the text that you can use to market, the words that I use, the way that I described it, and you are welcome to copy and paste from it for you to actually market your members only market. And then I sat down and wrote the behind the scenes. I sat down with my sister Suzanne, and she was the one that really ran the market for all those years. And we just brainstormed over all the ins and out tips and things that we did all those years, because my members only market was a big part of my flower farm. And you know what it is? The whole basis of it is to find a way for me to legally stay within city ordinances and sell my flowers, because I live in the middle of the city. And friends, this is a model you do not want to miss, having the details. And so I'm a rule follower, y'all. And if you're in business, you need to follow the rules. Are you going to fight City Hall as a small flower farmer? Heck no. This market can really help you find a way, perhaps, to sell from your farm that you can't have a farm stand. So everybody that shows up live to the masterclass will actually get those PDFs. So head on over to thegardenersworkshop.com, or just comment Sales 101 here, and I'll DM you the details. And friends, while they are gorgeous, they do not sell themselves. You actually have to take steps, and that's what I'm going to help you figure out. All right, friends, see you next week in the live masterclass. Until we meet again, friends, ciao.